How's it going, everybody? Johnny Styles here with the Wellness Observer Live. Today, we have on the show Miss Redemption herself, all the way from Canada. But before I go into the whole introduction, thank you so much for following the Wellness Observer Live, of course, on iTunes and Spotify, and of course, right here on YouTube. We are talking today with the girl that in 2021 I really had her way up there on top of the world in the Olympia, and then they pushed her back. And I told you guys that I had, I had this thing inside me that wasn't letting me process what happened because she looked so damn good. We're going to be talking about her since that transition 2021 to redeeming herself in 2022. And of course, what's going to happen in 2023. I'm talking about the one and only, straight from Canada, Kassandra Gillis. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's nice to finally meet you.
There you go. Yeah, we haven't met each other in person. We always cross paths, but we never see each other really in person. So I know she's on one side, but then we cross over. But anyways, we are going to meet each other no matter what in 2023. Kassandra, I'm going straight to the heart right now. Explain to me, coming up to the wellness ranks in 2022. You made it to the Olympia. Explain to me your feelings when you placed right there. We all thought we were going to place a little bit better, but you ended up a little bit further back. How was that experience for you, your first time at the Olympia?
My very first Olympia?
Yes.
I was very disappointed, to be honest. I tried to kind of, still be proud of the fact that I made it there in the first place, but I think I was kind of hoping to, maybe make that first call out. I ended up placing 11th that show, so it's hard coming back from that mentally when you don't place the way you wanted. I continued to do shows after that to kind of get myself out there more and improve everything from posing to also figure out exactly what the judges were looking for, because it seems wellness has a very specific look. So I think we've kind of figured out how to nail it now. So
Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna keep talking to you about this Olympia because it was really messing me up mentally and emotionally. But tell the people, since it's the first time we talk on camera, tell the people, how did you heard about the wellness class and what did you think about moving up, because your body does have shape and structure. It wasn't 100%, but that's the beauty of this thing, that you can develop into it. How did you first hear about it?
I heard about it when it was with the Elite Federation. When I first started working out and training, I was following Instagram influencers, and Vivi Winkler was like my idol. I had her as my phone background, and she kind of like taught me that you need to really push yourself to the extreme in order to put that kind of muscle on. So I really looked up to her in terms of like training and her body. But there wasn't a wellness category in the IFBB, so I just ended up going with figure. She is incredible. Yeah, and then I guess after the pandemic, my coach reached out to me and asked if I had considered wellness, and I was like, I am in love with that category. I just don't know how well I can do, and we stuck to it, and here we are.
Nice. Was aside from Vivi, of course, was there any other girls that you were watching on the Elite, or at least on Instagram, that you really kind of admired their bodies?
I was a fan of Angela too, to be honest, and
Wow.
Yarishna. So yeah, and it was very surreal seeing them in person. Like I'm like, do I belong here? Like,
Right,
you
right.
know?
Yeah, I mean, if you follow somebody and you kind of then step on stage with them, it's got to be humbling, I guess, because most of these people don't even know your history, and then you ended up in that in that call out with them somehow, some way. So what was the judges feedback, if you want to call it that, after the 2021 Olympia?
The 2021 Olympia. I'm pretty sure I needed to bring up my glutes a bit, and then they also were saying I was too hard and lean. at that
right?
show. Hmm.
And it's weird because I did ended up, of course, your coach is a very good friend of mine, and we ended up talking a lot, a friendly chat that you ended up being, hard, yes, conditioned, yes, your glutes need a little bit bigger, yes. But it's weird because as the season progressed, kind of that was the look they were looking for. So it must have been a little bit frustrating for you to see girls winning that had your look.
It is, but I think we all kind of know that it's gonna, evolve and go that way eventually. I just think they didn't want it to be so intense at the beginning, maybe.
Right.
Yeah. It was
So,
frustrating.
right. So that, I wanted to get your thoughts like straight from you because, people think that, it doesn't hit you physically and emotionally. It does hit you emotionally. What difference has it played out in terms of your training from 2021 to 2022? I'm not going into 2023 yet. So what did you guys do differently after that Olympia?
Um, there was a couple of times he would have me do a catabolic diet. So we were basically just trying to lose muscle all over, but then in turn, my glutes also lost some size. So that was a big mental game for me because you're working so hard to build your glutes and then you have to start back over. So, um, yeah, basically just lower body days. No, we tried to avoid like squats and anything where I'm gripping the machines because my shoulders they grow very easily. Yeah.
Okay. So I always tell people that you should follow somebody that, has developed certain muscle groups. Again, if you have great biceps or triceps, then you have good arms to begin with genetically. But you have had to work hard for the glutes. So what have you been doing to get those glutes bigger and rounder?
Lots of hip thrusts, lots of volume, and then I also do some banded workouts. I think that kind of helps with like the shape a bit, and then the heavy and the volume helps with growing mass.
So are you considered you train heavy with heavy weights? That's what you think?
Yeah, but then I see other girls and I'm like, that's heavy. So I don't know if I'm like heavy, but medium heavy, I think, for myself.
What are your top 5 exercises for glutes, basically?
Um, the
There's gotta be there's
abductor,
gotta be at least 5 that you really, really like.
I do really like what is that called? Why am I having a brain fart?
Yeah, that was that machine, the pit.
Yeah, yeah, I love that machine. Lots of like wide sumo stance things. Um using a band like on the leg press. Uh, what else do I do?
So you favor more the wide sumo type of squats.
Hmm. Yeah,
So you like those better than like close stance in a sense.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. You have great quads. That's inevitable. It's just a matter that I've seen you working hard for these glutes, and I've seen it pay off. So that's why I always ask. Coming into the 2022 Olympia, you redeemed yourself finally, and I was very, very happy to see you up there. How was that experience on this 2022 Olympia?
It was insane. It kind of just like it was like I was floating almost. It didn't seem real. Like I was standing there waiting for the call outs and I was the last person to get called out. So I was like, am I gonna be in this call out? I was super excited Marissa got called out. I was like clapping and stuff. And then I was the last person up there and I was like, is this first call out? Like it just seemed too good to be true. And I walked off stage and I'm like just waiting for somebody to tell me like, that wasn't, it just didn't make sense. I was yeah.
Yeah. So going up there and seeing, there's new faces now. Was there a moment that you kind of didn't know what to do when they were just top 4 and you were right there
What do you mean?
emotionally?
Yeah. Yeah, it was
Did you get nervous?
I feel like that's another thing that's kind of paid off for me doing so many shows that
Yeah.
it's autopilot almost. I can kind of
Okay.
block everything out, but you do have little moments of nerves, I think.
So you would advise girls up there to do more shows to get themselves comfortable, right?
Yes and no, because some people need a lot more, help than others. So it can be hard on your body. You do lose muscle if you do compete for too long. So it depends on if you can handle it. My body, I can do show after show for quite a bit, and I seem to be okay still. So
Before you got into this world of bodybuilding and fitness, did you ever do anything that regards the stage? Because you do seem really comfortable up there, believe it or not. Did you ever do anything on stage aside from bodybuilding and fitness?
no, not really. Just I guess photo shoots and stuff. I did a lot of getting into fitness. Yeah,
Did
I
you
never really did anything on stage before.
did you play any sports at all?
I played softball and soccer up until about grade 8, and then I gave up on sports for a while until I had my son.
Okay. So you're a mom too. I was getting to that. Is it a lot of questions that I get from girls that don't even know how to compete, but they always ask me, I had a son and I'm a mom, is it possible to go on a stage NPC or really? I always let them know that some people don't even know you're a mom. What advice would you give to like new moms that are thinking about joining the stage?
I think the biggest thing is having the support of your family and your significant other, if you have one. That's the only reason I feel like I've been able to do it, is because people support me and push me to do this. Um, I guess my advice is go for it. Just be consistent and train hard, and yeah.
What's the most challenging thing you've encountered, in prep?
In prep, the most
It's a
challenging
big.
thing.
There's got to be some challenges in prep. So
I guess the last Olympia, I got very sick 2 weeks out.
Mhm.
So that was probably my biggest challenge, I would think.
I
Um,
remember talking to you before the Olympia, and then something did happen that you ended up looking weird a few days prior. Then you told me you got sick. What happened?
this Olympia,
Yes.
yeah, it was about, I think it was like 10 or 12 days out. I caught that really horrible bug that was going around. So my fever was like 103. I just felt like garbage.
Right. But like, how did you think it was enough time for you to get ready? Like, or did you guys have like a plan B, or this is something that you had to go through and just fly into Vegas?
Yeah, I guess I was just thankful that it wasn't peak week. And Chris just told me to rest, stay in bed all day. And I was kind of like, am I going to be able to make it? And he was like, you're going to make it, don't worry. And it ended up working out in the end.
Okay. So now, we have a picture of you here getting your fourth place. Were you happy with this placing?
I was very happy. Yes.
Okay. I really liked your shape, your structure, everything. I think you nailed it. Little details here and there, but a lot of people had you even in third place. How did that make you feel?
um, it made me feel good, I guess, that so many people had said that. Hopefully I can come to the Arnold here and maybe do even better than, the Olympia, but
Right. Well, you did redeem yourself at the Olympia. Now you are technically your top four in the world. So going into the Olympia, now we into the Arnold. Sorry, you've had a couple of months to think about the whole situation. How's prep? How's everything? Going through Christmas, January, and now February. How has it been? Going into this prep to the Arnold.
I don't think I've ever been in a better mindset than I am in this prep, to be honest. I have have a training partner, a good friend of mine this time around. So I think having somebody there to push your sets, and just be that positive voice is a huge thing for me this prep.
Yeah. Now that you have a training partner, how important is to have a head training partner? A lot of people train by themselves, and a lot of people train with other people, but it's not the same. When you find a good, training partner, it changes dramatically. How has that been with you?
It's been really good. I actually trained by myself for a very long time, but you can only push yourself so hard on your own.
Right.
Um, Especially when you're getting depleted and stuff like that.
Right. And it helps you with motivation, because some people, when you do one set, the other one pushes you, and then you push the other person, and when you realize you're both pushing each other, and it's not like you're hanging out. You are hanging out, but you're still pushing each other. And I can see that you have been training really, really hard. Has it there been any strategy in terms of like glute or hamstring development during this prep?
Yeah, for sure. So, Team Ludacris has a trainer that does make some training plans. So we've taken that and then just kind of put our own spin on it and like push the sets and added some negatives and all of that stuff to kind of make it more extreme.
Right. Now you are with Dragon Pharma and they are sponsoring you. How has that transition been during this prep?
It's been amazing. It's almost been a month now, and honestly, like the best brand and company. Everything is so like clear and communicative, and I have like all the support I need now to basically do as many shows as I want, and I don't have to stress about, you know.
Right. How is the posing? Because the posing is one of those things that kind of holds you back a little bit. How has that been? Have you been adding something? Have you been, changing something?
I'm working. I've been working hard on it. I know my biggest thing is my walk, so I've been really trying to drill that into my head and fix that. Um, I haven't really changed too much of my routine because I just really want to, get it right and nail it. If I overcomplicate it, I feel like I might, not do as well.
Okay, so do you have, looking at the list, because we've talked about this, some girls dropped out, some got added. Is there anyone in the list that you would really like to be compared to?
I guess, Angela and Ryan, like they're amazing, beautiful physiques, and just standing next to all of these girls is like, it's incredible.
Yeah, I think the same thing as well. Now we don't know yet, but if Isabel Pereira doesn't do the show for some reason, then you'll be up there, and there will be a new Arnold champ, and they'll compare you guys. You, Ryan, and Angela. And I think if you're gonna be fair in this lineup, you and Ryan have the most bodies that look kind of alike. So I would like to see that comparison once again. With the Angela situation, we have talked about it before. It looks like you're a little bit more complete than her. She is a legend in her own right, but you seem a lot more complete. Your quads, hamstrings, your calves. We're not gonna go there, but I really would think that you would have the chance this time to do battle up there in Columbus, Ohio. What would it mean for you if you win the show?
I don't even like it seems unreal. I would never have seen myself being Miss International, but I've been working hard and anything can happen. It can be anyone's day. So
There you go. You get emotional and everything. Oh my
I
god. it's
yeah.
it's it's good. It's good. It's good to have that emotion. And one thing I'll say about you, and I'll say it openly, is that when you first started, a lot of people started you competing, and it's weird because they don't know where you come from. They know you're okay, Canadian, whatever, but weird things happen in this industry where you got some backlash. There was some banter online. Some people liked you, some people didn't like you. Your shape, your structure, she's never gonna make it, and you ended up not only looking amazing at your first Olympia, but redeeming yourself at this year's Olympia. Possibly, I had you third place. You placed fourth. I'm happy with that. What message do you give to the people watching the show right now that receive some negative connotations and the negative banter that can come with an online personality? What can you say? What tips, can you did strive forward? You did, it almost seemed like it never really bothered you. You just keep coming forward.
I guess I really try not to dig too deep into the comment section sometimes. I tend to just shut everything out. It does get to me though when, I'm human. So if I see certain things, like it does get into your head, but you just kind of have to be like, I've noticed the more successful anyone becomes, the more people are going to have something to say. So you kind of have to just have that in mind and be prepared for it.
Awesome. Before we go, is there anybody you want to shout out, give thanks? The platform is yours.
Huge shout out to Team Ludacris, my coach Chris, my posing coach Ashley, my sponsor and supplement company Dragon Pharma, Suits You Sexy, my husband. Yeah.
I had a question from somebody. What is your favorite food in the world? Look at that.
My favorite food, probably sushi. I love
So
sushi.
you eat clean, even if your favorite food is sushi, you eat clean.
Pretty much.
So don't you have sushi in your diet? It's pretty clean.
I mean, I can have some sashimi here and there.
How much are you weighing right now?
Right now, what's your guess?
I have no idea.
No idea.
No.
Right now, I think I'm about 153.
Oh, I was gonna say 154. Okay, wow.
My stage weight was 149 at the Arnold's, or no, sorry, at the Olympia. So
you're both, Chris and yourself are both planning to going a little bit bigger, maybe 1 or 2 pounds bigger, especially in the glutes, correct?
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping that the size is in my glutes and
Absolutely.
are a couple pounds heavier.
All right. Well, there you have it. A possible top 2 over there in Columbus, Ohio. Kassandra Gillis, all the way from Canada. I already told her she's got to do more visits to South Florida. We got to do more shoots, more videos, because you got a lot of people that follow you, a lot of people that, love your physique, and, you have American followers all over United States of America. So hopefully all these visa issues and all these things in the world get resolved so we can have you more down here, and we can chat and maybe do a workout video with you soon.
Yeah, that would be great.
Awesome. All right. That's been Kassandra Gillis all the way from Canada. You will catch her on the Arnold Classic stage in Columbus, Ohio. And then what it seems to be, we will have a new Miss Wellness International. Oh my God. The Arnold Classic is going to be crazy. But you can bet your bottom dollar that Kassandra will be right up there battling for that first spot. Keep it locked to the Wellness Super Live for all your news and updates on the Arnold Classics. There has been Johnny Styles, the Godfather of Wellness. We'll see you very soon.